and welcome to the Stressless Summit. I'm Eleni and I've organized the summit because I feel that developing the well-being skills of parents, students, and staff matters if we want our schools to be healthy, happy places where IB students can thrive. Today, I'm talking with Maria Karakostanoglou about movement-based learning. Maria is a brain gym instructor, specialized kinesiology facilitator, and founder of the Center of Kinesthetic Intelligence. She's going to share with us 2 powerful brain gym movements that increase your short-term memory, auditory attention, and public speaking voice, as well as language skills and handwriting. So let's dive in. What is brain gym? How can it help reduce stress?
Brain gym consists of 26 movements and they're real easy. It goes beyond the quantitative results. So yes, you have big changes in grades, but it's so much more because there will come a time that maybe your grades are not there, but you need to have confidence in your ability to move forward and to achieve the best results that you can. And to trust that even in the face of adversity, that's not the end of the world. Your value as a human being, it's not different or less just because your grades in this particular exam were not what you were expecting. For teachers, it can be something so simple as, you know what, I had a difficult day in class today, but that's okay, it's not the end of the world. I can take a step back and do something and be more present with my students and for my students. Whoever does it, movement will change something. So you have 3 levels in your brain. You have the limbic brain, which is the middle. You have your reptilian brain, which is the base. And then you have your cortex, where all your higher reasoning happens. If these 2 parts, the latter parts, and by no means less important, are in order, you have many more chances having access to the abilities of your cortex. So one of the movements I'm going to show you has to do with the reptilian brain, and it affects top part of our back muscles, so the trapezius muscles here. It supports language, because when I'm stressed, there is no way I'm going to go to that part of my brain that deals with language. I need to survive. So when my shoulders are down, I actually breathe deeper and I can have access to my language skills. At the same time, when we go for exams, at least in Greece, we handwrite our exams. So imagine this teacher who is going to grade me. He needs to have something that he can easily read. So if my cursive writing is really not good, then he's not going to bother because he has thousands of texts that he needs to read through. So I make my life easier and I give myself better chances when my writing is flowing and when I don't have to stop and waste my energy in writing. As in, writing stresses me, writing makes me tired, and I lose my energy on that. So the movement is called arm activation, and you do it by placing one hand next to your ear. You will notice that the arm is straight and the fingers, you can't see them up there, but the fingers are straight. So there's no stress, you're not overstretching them, but just allow them to point upward. You lift your hand, and with your other hand, you're trying to pull in for a count of 8, your other arm. You don't go like this, you just pull it in steady, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You push down, 1, 2, so you change directions, and now you're pushing down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're pushing out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep pushing. 6, 7, 8. You're pushing back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to repeat this 2 more times. Whoever is watching, I suggest you actually do it, because you can't talk about movement. You actually have to do it. So let's go. Pushing down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pushing out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pushing back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And pushing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pushing down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pushing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax your shoulders. Pushing back. 2. Yes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And pushing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, relax. What do you notice in your arms?
The left arm, which I did the exercise on, is feeling more awake.
Yeah, and I feel it, it's like it's longer. I feel my arm as if it's a bit longer, and it has little
tingling. Yeah, it's tingling.
Do me a favor, turn your head one side and turn your head the other side, and notice if there is a difference in the quality of the movement, and see how far you can get from one side to the other side.
So I was working on this hand. It's easier to turn that way, whereas when I turn here, I feel a little bit of pain, a little bit of tension on this side.
Exactly, because it's the opposite side that stretches.
Right.
So it increases the way you perceive sounds as well. So let's do this with the other hand. Just a word of caution. You want to go where your comfort zone is and stretch it a little bit. So if someone, for whichever reason, they cannot lift their hand up to their ear, and we don't want to be bending, we want to be straight, then they're going to lift their arm where they can, and they're going to do the exercise on that height. Let's do it here so we can show a different example. So we're pushing out to, with your other hand, you keep pushing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pushing down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pushing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to repeat the same thing 2 more times. Now, when you're pushing, you're using 1/4 of your strength. You really need some resistance here. 7, 8, pushing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. 2, 3, 4. Relax your shoulders. 6, 7, 8. Brilliant. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to do the last one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax and see how you feel. Turn your back a bit and notice how you connect with your back. See if you feel more present in your body.
I'm feeling a balance now, where I'm feeling like this side, which before was hurting a bit when I turn, it's more fluid, and I've got more of a balance on both sides, around my neck especially.
I feel that my eyes work differently. It's like it's like there's more clarity in the way I see things visually, and I also feel more present. I was gonna say awake, but then it would sound like I was asleep. I wasn't. So more like present. So yeah. This is an exercise that it will support a lot expression in writing, creative writing. It will also support spelling, short-term memory, and it will make access to your language skills easier. Too much stress, it stops us from accessing the wholeness of our skills. It's impossible no stress almost for like us normal people. It's not possible to do it. But if you keep stress to a level that motivates you, I think it's a really good thing. So
I'm
we
also
should get rid of stress, like just another thing in life.
I'm also curious to find out about your thinking cap activity.
All right. So thinking cap is one of my favorite exercises. So what you do is actually you roll out your ear. I'm going to turn to the side so you can have a clear look of what I'm doing. So it's like rolling paper between your fingers, only the paper is your ear actually. So you put your thumb in your ear, in the tragus, and then you keep opening slowly your ear. All the way down to your earlobe. And we're gonna do this 3 times. Now what can happen is that some people will feel the need to yawn, and it's a very good thing. Please don't let your good manners kick in and do this. Yawn like a lion, because you reduce the stress that is accumulated in the mandibular joint. And this is something we really have a lot of. So if you want to yawn like a lion. And if you can make a sound as well, do it. And then we're going to do it a 3rd time. And notice again, we're going to do this left-right head turning and see what is different from the one side and the other for experimenting purposes. I noticed, for instance, I did it from my right side, and I can turn way more on the right than I can do on the left.
That's so interesting. And I'm definitely feeling more relaxed. I found this was more of a relaxing one, and the other one was more of an activating one.
It's true what you say, and it's very perceptive actually, because movements that have to do with the reptilian brain are usually bigger movements, because we want to activate all the back, or our backs and all the muscles in the back, be it on the back or on the legs. So the movements are bigger. Movements that have more to do with our midbrain and pertain more to our energy state, they're finer movements. It's exactly what you said. So let's do this on the other side. Now we're explaining the exercise, and it takes longer, but except for the arm activation that we did before, that it takes about 3 minutes to do it 3 times on both sides. All other range movements, they take about a minute. So it's really not a lot. And thinking cap you can even do while you're in class and you're attending class, or you want to sit down and write your paper. And you just take a time to be present, and then everything comes back. I've always hated how I would sit for an exam. It would be math exam for me, and I would have studied, and then I wouldn't remember anything, and then I would remember everything once I was out of the classroom. And that's the kind of stress we don't want. So if you take time, if you drink your water, you do these 2 movements, there are other things, of course, you can do. You can remember what you actually studied.
That's powerful. And I mean, I felt like I yawned with that one, and I could feel it was almost like my eyes were starting to tear up. You can feel the power of it, and I'm amazed by how quickly it has an effect as well. So thank you very much for sharing this, Maria. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Whoever is watching, I just want to urge you, do it. It's very different to talk from theory and to talk from experience. So we want to support the kids, we need to do it ourselves. If I want to say to my students that, look, you need to do arm activation, they need to see me doing it. So it's easy to preach and walk a different talk. And that's really not very effective, and it's not powerful either. But if your students, they see you move, they will be at least curious to try it out. And I think curiosity is a marvelous thing. Once you start experimenting on your own, you draw your own conclusions. Your students don't need to believe you. They need to try it. But for them to try, you need to be able to do it for yourself. So yes, that's what I would say to the teachers and to the adults. Try these movements out for you, and then you can share your experience.
Thank you very much. That's wonderful advice. For those of you watching, you can click on the link below to find out more about Maria and reach out. Take care until the next time.